here we go. I felt such grief and the pain and tragedy that was my life. There was no love, no joy, no happiness, only the death of joy. How could I feel thrilled when I was heartbroken? How could I be amazed when I was full of extreme suffering? Nothing was awesome. All was tragedy and suffering and misery. Misery. So, were you moved about 6 inches out of your seats? And did you feel my pain with me? In your ears? And you loved my poem, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You guys are terrible liars.
Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Let's rise. What if I were to confess that I thought maybe this was not the best poem in the world? Who would agree with me? It's okay, you won't hurt my feelings. Oh! Okay. All right. What if I were to say that I thought this was kind of a lousy poem? Who would agree with me? These are a tough audience. All right. I know some of you are holding out. I'm just going to think you're holding out for this one, Allison. Okay. What if I were to say that this may possibly be one of the 10 worst poems ever composed in the English language? I'm not even waiting for me to finish. Or any other. All right, fine. What makes it bad? Why is it bad? Kennedy, why is it bad?
You started yelling in my face.
I was yelling in your face. It wasn't personal. Okay. So, Kennedy, let me ask you a question. If you had read that poem in a book instead of hearing that poem, would you have thought it was a good poem? Let me give you a big hint.
Yes.
Why? Why is it still a bad poem?
Because you just use those words and you just put it in like in a poem, like you didn't even think about it. You were like, oh, my love is crusting, my heart is broken, and it's misery and suffering and everything.
Kennedy, you're really good at this. Have you considered being a poet? Okay. All right. What else made it a bad poem? Let me see some hands. James. Nice job on the verb noting. Excellent. Okay, Emma, what else made it bad?
I think that you, even other than the yelling and the verbs, you didn't really explain anything. You just started screaming words, and if you maybe poems aren't just about words; they're about explaining them. So, like, you could explain grief or tragedy, but not in like 10 words, like a book. Like, and maybe like 2 words, but you can't really, you didn't find the right words to explain it. You said other words, but you didn't use the right ones, because you just said it like, oh, yeah.
So I should have made better word choices? Okay. So, Emma, did you have any idea why I was so upset?
Yeah, because you used those words, and you were just
I'm glad you know why I was upset, because I had no idea. Ethan, what else? I was too enthusiastic. Is that possible? Is such a thing possible to be too enthusiastic? Okay. Derek, what else?
That's what you did.
That's
It just made it like that. You're all like, whoa.
little maybe. Yeah, okay. Casey, what else?
There were parents who were their babies, so they probably started crying.
Yeah, they were.
Good point. Yeah, I hate to make babies cry. Jake?
Well, when you just were like this and I was screaming, I didn't jump out of my seat. I just had a chill down my back.
Jake, I loved watching you because you were perfectly calm the whole time. I was very impressed. Alphon, what else?
What's a poem?
What's a poem? We're going to be working on that all week. See if you can tell me the answer to that at the end of the week, okay? So we have a poem to finish. Am I right or am I right? Okay. And then you guys are going to be writing your own poems. So shall we start? Okay, here we go. So, should we start by reading what we have so far? Did we say we were going to do that yesterday? We didn't, so let's do it anyway. All right. All right, you guys got a lot. Okay. So, here we go. Do you want to read it with me? Okay. When you read a little bit more loudly than you would normally speak, and pause at each line break. Pause at the end of each line like that. Make sense to everybody? Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Wood smoke and honey, read the feeling. Cinnamon and sweat. Salt water and gingerbread. It's been ages since I've seen you, Grandma says. She wraps her arms around me like I'm a book and she's my cover. Then Grandpa takes his turn. How's your life doing, chat? He says from his recliner. He asks from his recliner in front of the TV. I love him because he says yes to everything I ask. I scamper to the kitchen for mashed potatoes dripping with gravy, chives, and bacon bits. Juicy hamburgers, I can hear them sizzling. A fresh-made bread bowl filled with New England clam chowder, crab that was just caught from the sea, roasted in a pot and cracked to extract the crab meat. Portobello mushrooms exploding with shredded cheddar, soft baked matzo balls with crusty outsides, hot dogs straight from the grill, Italian manicotti with a melting taste of oregano, and cheesy pizza with thick, gooey cheese. I wash it all down with my grandma's warm apple cider. For dessert, I gobble my coffee ice cream with Skittles on top, cold strawberry cheesecake, triangle cut pastries that are flaky with a hot apple flavor, apple pie with a thick crust and whipped cream on top, chocolate waffle cake, crunchy waffles with gooey chocolate in the middle, and my mom's chocolate cake. I can smell it come out of the oven. So we are going to figure out how to start writing the poems. And the cool thing is that you guys all are writers. So you get to use these imaginary writers movie cameras. So we talked about the imaginary writers movie cameras yet? No. No. They're really cool. Normal movie cameras can do what? Which two senses can they use? Sight and what else?
Hearing.
Hearing. Sight and hearing. This movie camera, a writer's movie camera, can smell, it can taste, it can even feel temperatures and textures, okay? So it can really use all of your 5 senses. And how many senses do we need to make something come alive? Do you remember the stool?
3.
At least 3 of your 5 senses. So when we're packing, look at that list that you guys made. Think about what you guys were talking about. What are we going to pack? Are we going to pack something cushion? Are we going to pack something heavy? What's the first thing we're going to put in the trunk?
What is the axe?
The axe, okay. So, who packs the axe?
Him.
Who's him? Roberto, okay. How is he going to pack that axe? We don't want it to cut anything up, right? Okay, no saran wrap in 1901, I'm afraid. Pardon? Okay. Okay. Roberto wraps. Tell me about that axe. Make me see it, feel it. Around the sharp red axe?
Yeah.
What's he going to use it for in America?
Chop wood. Anybody bother him?
If anybody bothers him?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that part because they might not let him on the ship. All right, we got that axe in there just about. How are we going to put it in there? Does he lay it in the bottom of the trunk? What are we going to put on top of the axe? What's going to go next? Somebody else pick another object. Clothes. Okay, who's going to pack some clothes? Somebody else give me your names. How about you guys? Schmidt's sister, somebody give me your name. Uli? Okay. Tell me how Uli's going to pack her clothes. Okay. Uli packs her fragile costumes on top. Okay, we're just getting started. We have a lot more things on our list, but this is just to give you an idea of how to get started. What I'm going to ask you to do is to go through everything that you think is important to pack and put it into the poem, ending with a sense of ending. You know, we're about to start on this journey to America.